We are live. What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Draw and Talk, the show, guys, about how to make comics, indie comics. And I know you guys just love to see my beautiful face as well on a Thursday night. Guys, we have a super awesome show that's happening today. We're talking about how to price your comic book as well as your find out your goals for your Kickstarter and Indiegogo. A lot of people have been asking me about this. So, frick, this is what we're going to be doing. Real quick, let's get some announcements. As y'all know, in the description down below, Demons Volume 2 is currently on Indiegogo, $2,400. Can we get to $3,000 so that we can get the trading cards? I hope so. Check it out, back us. $18 gets you Demons Volume 1 and Volume 2. That's over 250 pages of comics. This is just a great way to support me and indie creators. Let's see. But without further ado, guys, I want to introduce our guest. This is Alan. I want you guys to be super nice to Alan. Alan, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me. Glad to be here. Hope I can be of some use.
No, you're good. You're good now. Alan has a very interesting background. Alan, tell us about your background and how this is, the shift that we're kind of in this conversation.
Without trying to get like too wordy, I mean, I came from a background where I've worked for Marvel Comics on the editorial staff, and I wrote some stories for them back in the day. And then I worked for Paramount Pictures. I moved west to Hollywood before Marvel actually did. And then I currently do work for Mattel for Hot Wheels. When I worked for Marvel Comics, if you were to Google me, you'd Google me under my birth name, which is Gary Barnum. I use my pen name now, which is Alan Silverwood. But Gary Barnum with Marvel Comics, or G. Alan Barnum, is how I did my stuff at Marvel Comics. I was the assistant editor on The Incredible Hulk during the Peter David Dale Keown run. I was on the Ghost Rider series with Howard Mackey and Javier Salteras and Mark Texeira when they rebooted it. And I was on G.I. Joe with Larry Hama and She-Hulk with Steve Gerber and Brian Hitch. And then, of course, I did a few other things. I worked on a Silver Surfer graphic novel with Stan Lee. So that's my comics background.
You guys have heard of Stan Lee, right? He's like some guy.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah. There's a little bit of an echo coming from your end. I don't know if you want to like maybe turn the volume down on your end, or if you have headphones, possibly.
Trying to figure out how to deal with that. Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. So, guys, if you have any questions for tonight for us, we're talking about how to price your comic and get your goal right for Kickstarter and Indiegogo. The reason why is because Alan is starting a Kickstarter for his superhero comics. Super exciting stuff. But Alan is, it's funny. Us indies are like, man, how do we get to like these big guys? And Alan, who's worked for the big guys, is like, okay, how do I do what you indies do? It's this is an awesome shift.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if I'm the right person to talk to you.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like, yeah, I've worked for the big guys, and like now I'm out here doing an indie thing, and I mean, everybody's dream is to work for the big guys, and it's like, well, you can do either one and have a great deal of success. I mean, a lot of the guys who do indies and have great success as an indie wind up at the big guys, but I'm kind of coming the other way. I didn't have great success at the indies. I did a little bit of work for them, but at Marvel, but me now, I'm like, I had these ideas that I've had for like several years, and I'm kind of like bringing them to fruition now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, everybody's doing something different. This isn't like it was when I was at Marvel Comics. It's like, this is not paste up and print. This is all electronic, and it's very different. So I'm like, and I see everybody doing the Kickstarter thing, and I see a lot of success with comics on Kickstarter. So to me, that's like, it's promising. There's reason for optimism. So I just need to know what to do. I look at stuff, and I've looked at a lot of Kickstarter, backed a few Kickstarter things. And I see guys doing certain things. There's certain basic things that everybody seems to do, but it's like, what's the thing that's like really the punch? What's really going to go? What's really going to draw somebody in? What's really going to grab them and say, oh, I've got to have that,
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of stuff I'm like, you know, where do I even start for that?
Let's freaking start right now. And you guys, if you guys have any questions, hit us up in that chat. Real quick, I want to acknowledge those who are here. We got Allie in the house. We got Samurai Raccoon. We got Pencil for Life, my boy Brad. We have Alan Ellsworth, who says, "I know Alan."
Yeah, he does.
That's awesome. We have and also Samurai Raccoon. Thanks so much for boosting out my Demons Volume 2 on Twitter just now. We have Myra Meagle. We have Coffee, Wes Nadell. What up, Wes? And yeah, guys. So you know, go feel free to share this video out to your to peeps. And if you are watching and aren't in the chat, just say hi. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna walk you guys through the math. And let me switch my screen to my to Clip Studio Paint. This will be like the whiteboard for us, guys. Okay. So the first thing that we need to figure out for anyone's comic in general is the price that we are going to make said comic. Okay, and we can get that information by knowing two things. First thing is, how much does it cost to print the comic, and how much does it cost to ship the comic? Those are the two things that I typically look at when I'm pricing my comic. So first thing you need to know is the price of your comic. Sorry, not the price, the pages of your comic. So, Alan, you said the first issue you're doing is 32 pages?
Doing a 32 pages for the first issue and then 24 pages per issue after that.
Okay, awesome. So we're going to do 32. Brad says you need to include your time too, bro. I'm not going to include that, and the reason why is because we're talking first off about there's a couple ways that you can set up your Kickstarter, guys. You can and we're going to talk about that, but right now we're just going to get the price of the comic because us indies, unfortunately, we can't really price our time. If we could price our time, we'd be making a lot more money than we are.
Yes, not only that, but I come from a background where like my current like hourly rate for writing that I make would price me out of the market right away.
Exactly. So we can't necessarily include our time, but there is a way that we can do that in the Kickstarter. But right now, we're just talking about the comic. So you said 32 pages. Now I'm going to share my screen again, guys. And this time I'm going to take us after you find out your pages. It's going to be in full color, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So after that, guys, you need to find a printer. For this example video, we are going to be using Comics Wellspring. I've used them for a couple bucks. They're very fast. They'll get you your book in 2 weeks. Really good quality. So we're just going to throw in a random date, guys, just so we can get through this. All right. So name of comic, we're just going to call Superheroes. You want the standard size. Am I screen sharing this? Yes. You can play around with this. I'm not going to right now. Okay, so then the interior page count, 32 pages. Just put no ad for now. Artwork, don't want to just say don't want to approve. 14 days, there's the link. How did you hear about us? Blah. Now, some printers, guys, let you do one. All right, so in my opinion, there's Kablam, and they'll let you do anywhere from one comic to like, you know, hundreds. With Comics Wellspring, you have to order at least 25 for them to print at you. Okay, so we're gonna use Comics Wellspring as a guide to fund our Kickstarter. Is that okay, Alan?
Yeah. Do you want to set that quantity at like 100 or something?
If you want to. Do you want to set 100?
Well, let's start with 100. What the heck?
Okay. So Alan's goal. And
I'm a gambler.
This is important, guys. Is you need to know how much your quantity, how much you want to print. For me, when I do Demons, I always try to do a print run of 75 books. That's always my goal. Is I want to be able to have enough money to print 75 books. So for Alan, we're going to do 100 books. I'm going to add that to my cart. Okay. 100 books each. Okay. So now we know our printing.
Yeah.
Okay. For 100 copies. Okay. It's going to be $3.10 per copy. And then
now I have a question, Tyler.
Go for it.
At $3.10 per copy of 100 copies, what level of quality of printing are we discussing?
Dude, it's Where is my comic? It's good.
Basic. Okay. All right.
It's good. I where is my comic? I have. Give me like 2 seconds.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you a curveball. I'm just like, hey.
No, you're good. So, all right, let me put my headphones in. Okay, so let me stop this. This is actually from Comics Wellspring. Let's see. All right, so this is actually from Comics Wellspring. Saddle Stitch. I got the ad because it takes it down by like a couple cents.
Why not?
Yeah, I know. Why not? So there's the quality of the print.
Oh yeah, it looks great. Yeah, no, nice.
Yeah, I liked it. And they got to me in 2 weeks.
That's beautiful.
I can't say that about a lot of other printers.
Reliable. That's the point.
Exactly. So so now, and let me just figure out. Let's say proceed to checkout. All right, and it's going to cost me $18 to ship this. All right, let me get back to the whiteboard now, guys. And if you have any questions or comments, guys, please hit us up. All right, so we now know that for your comic, we have for one copy, it's going to cost $300. It's going to cost $3.10. So you need to make up. You need to make up for your price. Currently, you have to make at least $328. Okay, so if you did a Kickstarter and you just said my goal is 500, and you made that, you've already recouped this cost. Does that make sense?
Easy.
So that's super easy. However, unfortunately, that's not how Kickstarter works. Okay.
No, of course not.
Yeah, no, it would be too easy. Okay. So now that, all right, so we're just keep this number in mind, guys. So next, and also keep in mind the $3.10. Okay. So what you're gonna want to do, got to expand this, guys. Hold on. Canvas size. Boom. Okay, awesome. We're gonna move this right here. Okay, so, and if I'm not making any sense, guys, please let me know. Okay.
Wow, you're making great sense.
Okay, so now your comic is gonna cost $3.10. Okay, plus let's add in. It's probably gonna cost $1.50 to ship this.
Right.
Maybe even $2.
Right.
Let's just say $1.50.
Okay.
So you have to. So now you know $4. So now you know that out of your own pocket, currently, $460. You have to make $460. So, and then also, how do I do this? All right, now hold on. All right, let's just keep that. So you know that if you were to price your comic at $5, you would make a profit of 40 cents per book.
Right. Okay.
But we're not talking about necessarily profits right now. We're talking about hitting your goal. So if so if you had your book, you priced your book at $5, and your goal is, all right, this is also now important. So now you know that your book is $5.
Right.
You know your book is $5. Okay, and you know that you need to recoup at least $328. So do some math, guys. 328 divided by 5. You need to have at least 65 backers who are going to hit the $5 reward. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Where you get those 65 backers is a whole nother topic.
Right.
And guys, this is actually why I don't do single issue Kickstarters or Indiegogos. Because at $5, so like currently I only have I only have 52 backers currently. So if I did a Kickstarter, so I have 52 times 5, I would only have $260 on my Indiegogo, and I needed $1,200.
Right.
That's why I do graphic novels. You can price them up more because there's a lot more content, and it costs a little more to print. But that's here nor there. The point is, if at the $5 reward, you have to get at least $65 to get to your backing of 328. Does that make sense so far?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you're not going to want
if Indiegogo makes more sense than Kickstarter for this, but that's probably a whole nother story.
That's a whole nother story. The nice thing is, so I guess the big difference with Kickstarter is if you don't make your goal at the end of the 30 days, you failed. Indiegogo, if you don't make your goal at 30, you can they'll let you keep your store going. They'll still let you keep it going, and you can keep it funding. And even after your 30 days with Indiegogo, let's say you do fund, you can keep your store open for as long as you want and keep on taking orders.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So I think like for like Wes Nadell and I with our book Undead Row, we're going to do the Kickstarter in the summer, and he's going to keep it open all the way until October until we finally like ship out the book.
Makes sense.
So to get as much money as we can and get as many backers as we can. Okay. So with this, all right, it's 328. And that's just going to make you guys break even ish. All right.
Now the question is, Kickstarter, the limit is 30 days. Is that the is that the most you can allow?
I think you can do 60, but I know a lot of people want to do it in 30 because campaigning for over 30 days is pretty it's already hard enough doing like a week.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. So look, we're going to now change this, guys, though. So to a goal. All right. Now I'm just going to erase all of this real quick. Okay. And I'm just going to write down the important stuff. $3.10 per copy, $4.60 per book. So you need to charge it at $5. You need at least 65 backers to get to 328. All right, to get to 328. So now let's say that your goal is $500, and I think that's the minimum you can do on Kickstarter. I'm not 100% sure. Actually, I think you can do lower, but we're just going to do 500. You need to get and let's say you've hit the 500. You've hit the 500, guys. You have to now take into all these facts. Each copy you have to take into fact this. How do I do this? Okay, sorry guys. My brain's going. For each, let's say I back at $5. Okay, I back your book, Alan, at $5.
Right.
This is what you're going to get afterwards. From that $5, is going to be the $4.60.
Right.
The printing and shipping, but also Kickstarter takes. I know they take around a 5% fee, guys, but then also you have to remember that PayPal takes a fee afterwards as well. And that's that's a weird number. So I always think about Kickstarter taking a 10% fee. So if you do the math,
50 cents.
Yeah. And they're going to take off the 5. They're going to take it from the 5. So 5 times 0.9, it gets you $4.50. Uh-oh. You guys see what the problem is?
Yeah, we're losing 10 cents an issue.
We're losing 10 cents, okay? So now you know that you cannot, at this price, at $5, price your comic. You're going to be losing money. Damn. I wasn't expecting that to happen, actually. But it's good it's good that happened.
Thank you for doing this for me so I don't have to.
Exactly. So you now know that at $5, you cannot get a comic because you cannot do this because you're going to start losing money. Okay. Nice thing about Kickstarter is people feel like it's an exclusive thing, and it is.
Yeah.
It's an exclusive thing. So I would price your comic at 32 pages. Why did I do that? I have the erase function. As you could do it, and I'm not telling you to do it. That's how I just think it would work. As at maybe $7, you have a good range of $7 to $10.
Okay.
A lot of people do that, and if you do anywhere upper, I would add in a couple other things. So guys, at $7, okay, let's take out our Kickstarter fee times 0.9. So after Kickstarter takes away their fee, you're left with $6.30 minus $4.60 minus $4.60. That's the printing of the book. Sorry, that is the printing of the book and the shipping. and you are left with, oh my gosh, you're left with $1.70 profit.
Minus Kickstarter, whatever Kickstarter pays.
Kickstarter already took their fees.
Got it.
So this is what you have left. So now let's go back again. Why do I keep looking for a physical eraser when it's on my freaking okay, so let's say your goal is $500. Give me a calculator again. At $500 divided by 7, you're gonna need at least 72 backers. Once again, where you find those people is a whole nother thing. So you've hit $500. Okay, you got 72. This is what you guys can do. Okay,
I have 1,000 friends on Facebook. I want every one of them to back me.
They better. They better. Okay, so do this, guys. 500. Okay, this is the number we're gonna get to. This is important though. 72. So you go 72. This is how you know how much money you're gonna make real quick. You got your $500. Let's say you don't make anything more than just your goal. $500. 500 times 0.9. Think about the Kickstarter fee. After Kickstarter, you're gonna get $450. Okay. Then after $450, you have to think about your 72 backers. So you go 72 times $4.60. Oh, hold on. 72. Gosh, come on. 72 times. No, that's not right. Hold on. 72 times $3.10. And that's 223. So you minus that. 450 minus 223 is 227. And then you have to, gosh dang it. And I keep like not remembering this tool. I'm so stupid. 227. And then after the shipping, which is $1.50 times 72 minus 108. So 227 minus 108. Your profit after your Kickstarter is going to be 119. That's what you're going to have left.
Hey, I made $100.
So yeah. So
that's a lot of work for $100.
Exactly. Tyler, your audio is off. Let's see. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Frick. Let me guys know in the chat if you guys can hear me now.
I'm still getting that feedback thing. I don't know how to get rid of that, but I turned you down pretty low.
You're good. You're good.
Okay.
Okay. Someone said, yeah, you're better now. Okay. So yeah, you have now, this is so you'll make $119. Okay. From your thing. And that's only if they backed at the $5 level. The one thing and that's just the print version. You're going to also probably want to offer a digital version.
Sure. PDFs.
Yeah, PDFs. And that's a whole nother thing because when you do that, you have to remember that if it's cheaper, if it's like, $2 and you have 72 backers, it's not going to cover your cost.
Let me ask you this though, with a PDF, can I just make the PDF and email it? It's free.
Exactly. Yes, you can. Yes. So you don't have to think about the shipping, but Kickstarter's still going to take their fee. Yeah.
Even if I'm not charging for the PDF, what if I offered the PDF for free?
Why would people then why would then people not take the PDF?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're going to want to charge for the PDF.
God, yeah. I mean, I hate to charge people for a digital copy, but it's like, yeah, you're right. You have to charge.
Yeah. You have to charge people
compensation.
And so here's the thing though about Kickstarters, Indiegogos is for me, I'm always trying to get people to buy the physical book. Sure. One, because I like the physical book more.
Personally, I'm the same way. I want it in my hands.
Exactly. But also, the more people who buy the physical book, it's gonna make you get to your goal a lot faster. But we do those digital rewards because not a lot of people, not everyone can spend as much money on those physical rewards. Now, the nice thing about Kickstarter and Indiegogo though is that there are some There are some extra ways to get to get extra money for your stuff. So what I'm going to do is why did I click out of that? I'm gonna go to my Demons campaign real quick. I'm gonna do some selfish plugging slash.
Go for it.
Okay, guys. So if you look at the Demons campaign, okay,
cool.
I have featured that's 55. It's typically $80 for both of these books because I have to think about shipping it to you guys and the printing costs. After Demons, guys, by the way, after the 3rd volume, we're going to be doing shorter books, just to let you guys know. So we have $10 for the PDF, $18 for 2 PDFs. All right, so this is what you guys can do. This is how you can gain some extra revenue for your books.
Looks awesome, Tyler. I just have to say.
Oh, thank you so much. Is this right here? Because I'm an artist, I can do this pretty easy. Is I can say, hey, for an $80, you get the book and a commission. Most of that money isn't going towards the book; it's going towards my time, drawing whatever you want. And then even right here, guys, $350 gets you two of these, 2 volume 1 and volume 2. Plus, I will pencil, ink, color, and letter a 2-page comic book script that you write. And so when one person, even though it's just one person did 350, that was a huge like thing that brought my campaign up. But this one person funded it. They funded it where I would need maybe like, 5 people backing it on the 30 or like 10 to 15 backing it on the 18. This one person did that and took out 20 other people's roles.
Oh, that's awesome.
However, I still would really like it if you guys checked out the 18 one and all the other ones as well.
Hey, is that 350 still available?
There's 4 more.
Okay.
So that's something that you can do is you can add those extra perks so you don't have to rely on the digital or the physical. People can get extra stuff. Those extra stuff though, guys, you're gonna have to count in your cost. Any questions so far? Let's see.
I'm following.
All right, awesome. Cross Comics in the house says $5 for digital are what most people charge for crowdfunding. True Cross, however, my book is over 100 pages. That's why I feel like I can charge a little more.
Well, yeah.
And $5 typically for like those digital ones I see, they're like 20 to 30 pages, and I'm offering a little more. That's why I charge a little more. Okay, so this was really basic, guys. Oh, hold on, let me stop sharing this, and we're gonna share. All right, guys. So this is a really basic way to do your Kickstarter. And there's 2 things that we did not cover, which we're gonna cover now. We didn't cover in the actual creation of making said comic. This comic didn't fall into my hands. This comic didn't fall just into your hands, Alan. It wasn't just magically made for free. These things take they take so freaking long to make, and they cost too much. They don't cost too much, guys. As artists, we put in a lot of time to make these books. But yeah, they're not easy. So with this next tutorial, we're gonna talk about adding in your artist, how much it costs for the actual production. Because a lot of people, if you see their goal is huge, it's because they're probably putting in 1, the production of the comic, and then also maybe 2, their own little salary that they want to make. So is it cool if we run through that, Alan?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to see how that comes out.
Awesome. And let me tell you, it's not good. It's scary.
Well, I mean, I see what I seem to see a lot of the Kickstarter campaigns that I see, they're running anywhere from like $2,500 to $5,000 for issues like what I'm putting out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I seem to see a lot of. So I'm thinking, okay, they must be, of course, including their costs for the artists and a fee for their services. So
yeah, quite true. But a lot of people also, they just want to get funded, and then they know that afterwards those extra backers are going to help them produce some extra stuff. So for example, then one nice thing about Demons, guys, is I've already recouped the cost. I've already made up the cost of production for Demons by going to cons, selling online and whatnot.
Don't tell everybody that.
But that's why the goal is so low, so that all that money is basically going to printing.
Yeah.
is basically going to printing.
Right.
Which is why I didn't throw in my artist fees, because if I had threw in my artist fees, my goal would have to be a little bigger. So that's what we're going to talk about right now. Cross says, I was saying about $5 when you showed the $2 not for your book. Oh, got it. Sorry, man. Once again, everyone, thanks so much for watching. This really means a lot. We have 18 people in here, and that really means a lot to me. Anytime we break 10, I go, whoop.
Awesome.
All right, guys. So this is what we're going to do. We're now going to talk about throwing in artist fees. And let me tell you guys, the moment you throw in artist fees, everything gets a lot harder. Okay. Everything. So I'm just, yeah. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to say that, I'm just gonna guesstimate that that you pay around $100 per page. I'm including pencils, inks, colors, and lettering. I'm including that $100 for art, $100 for art per page, and let's go 32 page comic. You're looking at a production fee of around $3,200.
Wow. It's actually more than that, but wow. Okay.
Yeah. We're just gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it simple. Actually, even to keep it simpler, so that my math doesn't have to be crazy, we're just gonna say $3,000. Okay, so let's say your art fees. I keep looking for this physical eraser as if it exists, and it doesn't.
It exists, okay, but it's in another dimension.
Exactly. Okay, so now right here, this was our initial print run goal of 100. Is we need to recoup at least $328 with the basic $500 goal, and with 72 backers, guys, at the comic being at a price of $7, we were able to do that. However, now we're putting in an extra $3,000 to recoup the production. So now we're looking at oh, that's so easy. Come on, Tyler. I wasn't very good at math, guys, in high school. I'm good at like plus. I'm good at the basics that a calculator can do. But do you guys remember like they're like, this is an imaginary number, and I was like, get out of here. This is stupid. Okay, so now you need to get a goal of $3,328. This is guys. I had a little spaz attack. This is where it gets difficult, because let's say that is your goal. Okay, divide that by 7. If your comic was $7, okay, and that's what everyone was backing at, you need to find, and I'm gonna just make my brush a little bigger for this, 475 people.
Wow.
You need to find 475 people to do that.
That's half of my Facebook friends right there.
I know, right?
Right.
Really quick, guys, I'm gonna Kickstart. I'm gonna look at an example real quick. There we go. Okay, so you need to find 475 people to buy your book. 475. That takes quite a big fan base. That takes a big fan base. And then, let's say you also want to make, let's say you want to make 1,000 off of it, which is, fair. You deserve as a creator doing all this stuff to make some extra. Let's say you add another 1,000. Just by adding yourself a salary of 1,000, so you can come out with something, you now need to find 618 people. So that's more than half of your Facebook friends, Alan.
Yes, exactly.
And yeah, so guys, remember, if you guys watched that video on the YouTube channel, it's currently the featured video on my channel. If you are a subscriber, it's the How to Grow an Audience channel. I'm gonna demonstrate real quick on what we said on that really quick. Okay, if the red right here is the entire comic book community of people who read comic books. Okay, there's, out of all these people, um, there's going to be some people who are interested in you. We're going to call those people your audience. Okay, that's going to be yellow. Let's say you're able to reach a third or a quarter of those out of the comic book community that you know. There's going to be X amount of people who support you. It's not going to be the entire one, but it's going to be some. And they just support you, by the way, guys. And out of that fraction, that's how many people are probably going to buy your book. And the goal as creators, guys, is to make this go bigger and this to go bigger. However, realize this: the yellow is never going to cover the red, and is never going to go over the red, and the green is never going to cover over the yellow. You're going to have, they say in social media that you will get around 10% of your followers acting on what you put out.
Conversion rate.
Your conversion rate. Exactly. Samurai Raccoon says that's double my Twitter following. And then so Coffee actually brings us up on how we get to that goal. It says that's why you give people big things to back, huge packages. That saved my ass with my Kickstarter. Yes. So that's why, I have that's why I have perks that are at a $350 level.
Makes sense. That
because
makes up for a lot.
It makes up for a lot of people that might not back my stuff. For my previous Kickstarter, if it had just been off the books, I wouldn't have funded. But luckily, I had like 6 people go into my commissions and pay me to draw something for them, and that really just threw me over, which was really nice. And I really enjoyed drawing those commissions for you people, and I hope you guys check that out. Try to get another commission. So when you price your Kickstarter, just know that the more, and people don't realize this, they're just thinking about the money, which is totally fine. I'm going to add the 1,000. Okay. But this right here, this number is, if you're going to pay your artist, if you're going to try to recoup your artist fees in your Kickstarter, know that means you need to get more people to back your Kickstarter. And then if you also want to make some extra profit, with your salary, I guess, you're going to need even more people to back you. So that's why a lot of creators, they say, I'm just going to be able to break even. This, however, is actually, though, let me show you guys. Let me show you guys a campaign. If you guys don't know who Jake Parker is, go to Jake Parker on YouTube. His studio is actually like near where I live. This is his book Skyheart. Now, don't follow in his example of taking 2 years to get your comic to your fans. That's one thing that he says that he regrets about it, but his book is now sent out to his fans.
I will say this about Spies Among Us. The first issue is already almost completely done. And the second issue is already halfway done.
See that's what I like. That's what I like to hear. And I've said this a million times.
I'm starting ahead. I didn't even want to put it on Kickstarter until I knew I had something that I could actually ship.
That's smart.
I put my Kickstarter up.
That's smart. So in Jake Parker's YouTube channel, he actually does a video where he talks about his goal was $78,000. He breaks down on his Kickstarter channel how he got to $78,000. And the big thing was that he wanted to make, I think it was around $20,000. That's what he said he deserved off of this Kickstarter, is $20,000. So that's why the goal of $58,000 is, that's why he got $78,000. Luckily, he's worked for Marvel, he's worked for DreamWorks. He's able to, make $101,000 on its Kickstarter. And then also, if you look at his when he breaks down some of his other stuff, you realize this is what I learned also from watching his video. Using printers like Comics Wellspring and whatnot, they're good. They're digital. They're what you call digital printers. They're good for like small batches of books. And I'm talking about like anywhere from like 1 to like 500 books. What Jake Parker did, and what that means though, is that each copy is kind of expensive. Jake Parker knew that he wanted his book to be have really good quality, but he wanted it to not cost him an arm and a leg, if that makes sense. So his graphic novel, which is a hardcover, cost him $4 to make per copy. $4. How he did that though was he knew that he had to order over 2,000 copies to get it to that $4 price. How do you do that? Is by ordering 2,000 copies, and which means I know a lot of shows, which means that if you're going to order 2,000 copies and you want to recoup that cost, you got to put that into your Kickstarter. And 4,000 plus 2,000, that's already $8,000. We're not even talking about the shipping, because I know he did it from China. Plus, shipping it out to all of his backers. So those are just things, guys, that we have to think about when we're pricing our Kickstarter. So I'm going to share the screen one more time. If you have any questions in the chat, let me know. And once again, thanks everyone for watching. First, you got to know, and I'm just going to delete all this. So these are the things that you need to know when you do your Kickstarter or your Indiegogo. Number one, you need to know, and guys, we're not talking about the production of the comic. We're just talking about kickstarting. Okay, first you need to know the price of printing. So find a printer like a Blam, Comics Wellspring, Kraken Print. Try to figure out how much it costs per copy of your book, and then how much that's going to cost. If you're going to use Comics Wellspring, you need to know how much you're going to make. You need per book, as well as how many copies of the book. Which goes a second, how many copies you're going to print. 3, how much each one's going to be shipped. Once you know these 3, you know the price. You know how to price your comic. Okay? Gosh, why can I not smell comic, right? You know how to price your comic. Okay. Stars. Then, once you do that, you need to figure out, then start playing around with your goal. Okay? Play around with your goal. And then just do the math, okay? If your goal is $500 and your book costs you $5 to print and get shipped, also think about the 10% that Kickstarter and PayPal is going to take. Do all that math. Plus, and then also, sorry guys. Where's the thing? Plus X amount of backers. Do that math, and if you come out in the plus, so let's do it then green. If you do that in the plus, everything's good. But like we did that in that earlier example, if you come out in the minus, you need to rethink some things, whether it's the pricing of your comic or whether it's your goal. Typically, it's probably going to be around the pricing of your comic, because you're not pricing it high. You're not either pricing not enough. Now, if you're pricing too high, people aren't going to buy your book.
That was going to be my next question. I was going to ask you, if you want to keep your price per issue lower, you obviously need more backers.
Sorry, can you say that one more time?
So if you want to keep your price per issue low, then you're obviously going to just need more backers, right?
Exactly. Right. You're going to, yeah. So, and that's the thing. If you price it lower, 2 things are going to happen. First thing is, people are going to like that, which is a good thing. You want people to like that price, but then you're going to need more backers, and you probably you'll make very little to probably nothing on profit. Yeah. And guys, I'm someone who's very pro profit. I know, it's all about getting the fans, which is good. We all need to get readers. We all need to build our audiences. We all need to build fans. But at the end of the day, it'd be nice to have some extra money that you can put into your next issue, your next comic, your next project.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, yes, people might like it at $4, but if you can make a little bit more that can help you for your next project, put it at $5, and people will be like, I understand why you're doing that.
I seem to see $5 is a pretty good standard. I don't want to go over $5, you know. I mean, maybe $5.99. I see some $6 stuff out there, but I'm trying to keep my 32 page comic, you know, at $5 or $6.
One thing though that you might not realize though is they might be at 5. Then when you click on it, then it will ask you for shipping.
Ah, yeah.
So you have to consider that, and that shipping price that clicks on goes to your goal.
Right.
So keep that in mind, everyone. When you do $5, it might say $5, and the person will click on it, and they'll be like, "Oh wait, I have to put shipping."
Plus,
Whereas, yeah, go for it.
That's okay, though, right?
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. Coffee says our Kickstarter is really for profit, though. That's why you're getting this printed to sell for profit. But here's the thing: is you can make a profit. So I'm going to be very upfront and honest with you, everyone. And I hope I hope no one hates me because I'm about to say this. For Demons Volume 1, I made a profit. I had $1,700, and most of that went to printing and shipping and packaging. One thing I got off that was nice was the company I was working for lets you use your mailroom, and so something that would cost the average person $5 to ship, it cost me $2.
Nice.
So that's why I made a big profit in my first Kickstarter. I now don't work for that company anymore. So now I'm gonna be making a lot less money for this campaign, and I also brought my prices down as well because I wasn't very happy with how I priced it. I did some math wrong and whatnot, and so I put my price down. I even put my price down and put my goal higher. But I think you can make money off of your Kickstarter. Remember, you're just trying to once you get a print. So here's the thing. I only wanted 75. Oh, guys, this is why you'll make a profit. I just realized it. Okay. I ordered 75 copies of Demons. Okay. I had 52 backers. It was only 30 of those backers though that got the physical book. Okay. So I didn't have to worry about other $45, all the 45 people. I didn't have to worry about their shipping.
Right.
I didn't have to worry about their packaging fees. That was that's just chilling in my closet right here. So that's why you can make a profit, is because you don't have to, those fees that would go to those other 45 people, they're going to me now. I remembered that. I just thought of that.
You got that closet back there, Tyler.
Yeah. Got 45 copies of Demons ready for a free comic book day. They're not free, but I'll be there. So yes, it is possible. With Demons Volume 2, we have 52 backers currently. Hopefully some more. Link in the description and in the chat. And not all those 52 people got the physical book. So when I ordered those 75, and like only, let's say 20 people ordered the physical, I have the rest. I don't have to think about shipping. I don't have to think about packaging. And if you think about it, for shipping for me is around $5 to $7 per copy. Let's just say $7 for, worst case scenario. 7 times 40. That's not a lot. It's not a lot, guys, but I just saved myself $280 shipping. So I get to keep that $280. It costs around $2 to $3 to package each one. So 2 times 280 plus 90. Come on, Tyler. 280 plus 90. I now have made a $370 profit. And if you can figure out other stuff, with that, I mean, look at my commission. Okay, for example, $100 cost me $100. It costs $100 for that perk. The printing of that book I have to think about the printing and the shipping. Okay, but then I also have to think about the commission. The commission because it's paper, guys. It only costs $3 to ship. So really, when I do a commission for a book, let's say that it costs $15 to print the book, plus $5 plus $7 to ship it. We're at $22. We're just gonna throw in another $3 because of the Kickstarter fee, $25. Add another $3 for the shipping of that artwork. $28 is what that perk cost me. 100 minus 28. That 100 for one person doing a commission, it's a $72 profit. And 5 people did it. So 360 plus that other 360. Now I've had 720. Does that make sense on how you can make a profit through these bigger perk levels?
Very nice. Yeah.
I hope, guys, I'm not giving you like all my secrets. Now you guys are all going to be doing the math on my books and be like, let's see if Tyler's like cheating us.
Yeah, this guy's making too much money. I'm only gonna back so much now. Really. I mean, hey, your talent, man. Come on,
I try. So we have that. Let's see. So Coffee says, with that logic, you may double that profit because you can sell the rest of those books. Exactly. I can now sell the rest of those books. And then Soy Chips New York, what up, dude? Says, are direct comic book retailers still relevant today? Yes, they are. They're still very important. Go support your local LCS. Go support your local comic book store.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, I'm gonna show my screen again. These are the things that you need to take into account. You want to be in the plus. This is for basic, just getting a print run. Remember, the moment that you start adding in print run plus production plus your salary, and these are just these are and/or. And everyone's like, oh, we didn't make enough money. That is actually false. That's completely false on your campaign. And I hate it when people say that phrase. It's not that you didn't make enough money. It's that you didn't have enough. That's how you spell enough, right? Enough backers. That's the biggest reason. People are always saying, oh, I didn't make my huge goal on Kickstarter because we didn't raise enough money. No, that's not. That is why. But ultimately, it's not because you didn't raise enough money. It's because you didn't have enough backers. You need backers. And the more, if you put in production fee, you're going to need more backers. If you're going to add a salary to yourself, you're going to need even more backers. And we're talking about anywhere from the extra 100 to 200 people, per level that you do. Does that make sense, Alan?
Yeah.
Guys, I'm so tired. Maybe I always thought I could be a teacher, but now I'm running out of breath.
Is going to be the real challenge, isn't it? That's the whole thing, isn't it? Which brings me to a question. One of the questions I wanted to ask you, and
go for it.
This comes outside of the money a little bit. When you're putting that page together for Kickstarter,
yeah,
what's gonna really make you stand out? Because I see people with videos, and I'm like,
you should always do a video.
So what's on the page for Kickstarter that's going to really help you stand out?
Let me show you my Kickstarter page for Demons. Actually, let's just go back to Skyheart because Jake Parker's page was really good looking. All right, here we go. All right, so first off, he had a video, and he had a really well done video. That you don't have to do that, but it does help.
Okay? I heard videos help.
Videos are a huge help. I absolutely believe that you should do a video. Then everything about his campaign is eye catching. He's got this banner right here.
Right, banner's nice.
Boom. He has a mock-up of what the book is going to look like. That's huge. I tried doing that right here with Demons. It's an uglier version on my Indiegogo, but he did that right there. Oh, crap. Let's kick it out of this. With his Skyheart book. So when you look at this, it immediately evokes this emotion of, wow, that is a beautiful book.
I can see the product right there. Boom.
Exactly. You see that and you go, I want to buy that book. Okay. So then I need your support. He says, hey, I'm Jake Parker. Call to action. And he says what the book's about. And he says, after years of working in animation and concept art, he's worked for DreamWorks, video games. He's done some comics. He says, I'm going to go for it. So a big thing also about this book, guys, is his mission statement. This book was Jake Parker. And I only know this because I'm a Jake Parker. I won't say buff, but I basically listen to everything he says. is this book for him was him saying, I'm done working for bigger companies. I'm going to go for it as an independent artist. And so that's why he says, I'm going for it. So this was his fans saying, yes, we want to help you with your dream. So somehow, you know, you need to create emotion in there. I remember when I was doing Demons, Volume 1, the biggest emotion that I was trying to present to people was, hey, listen, I've been doing independent comics for a while. Demons was with a publisher. The publisher just quit. We don't know what to do with Demons anymore. I'm going for it. I'm going to put Demons back out into the world by myself, not with a publisher behind me. Help me. And so that was the emotion that I was trying to get. I also don't have as big of a following as Jake Parker, but you can see what I mean. So then let's get back to his Kickstarter. So then one thing that's cool is that, you know, he has these banners. It just makes it look good, is having these banners made, and they're basically just images.
That's easy.
And after that, he just throws it out with a bunch of art. He tells you, and this is a huge page. Like this is a lot of work. Yeah, I mean, he's telling you about the world. He's showing concept art. He's showing different covers. He's showing the different characters in their descriptions. More concept art. Yeah, exactly. He's showing pictures. Luckily now, guys, with this, he's showing you guys what each perk gets you. Indiegogo does that for you in their rewards. So if you look at an Indiegogo perk, you can put a picture on there. Whereas let's go up to Kickstarter, you can't do that. So that's one thing. So he goes over all of his rewards. You see what you're gonna get. You're gonna get this book. It's gonna be numbered. It's gonna have his signature. You're gonna get these 2 prints. And yeah, he's very straightforward. And then this is something that's huge. I don't do it, and I probably should. But if people want to know this, they can just come to the show and ask me. Is he says how much all of this is going to be. So you have shipping is 21% of his goal is going to be shipping. 9% is going to be this Kickstarter fees. Production and printing is going to be this, and then production. And this is him. Look at this, guys. Production. This is his salary. This is his stuff. He's the writer and artist. He basically was upfront and told people, I want to take 53% of this money. Very honest.
Nice.
Let's see. Oh, right here. 42,000 of this dollars. This covers my time writing and drawing the book. Boom.
You know, it's a job.
It is a job.
It's not just a hobby.
Exactly. And so that's why you know, we have to go back to, you know, he wasn't doing this just for a print run. He added the production and also his salary. What does that mean? However, you need to have more backers. Okay. And then he has a timeline. He tells this. I think this is super important. He has a timeline of when he expects everything to be given to you. He failed on this, but it is good for, you know, luckily he has a big enough social following that he can tweet, hey guys, I'm like really behind. And people will be like, okay. But this is important. If you guys see a Kickstarter and it says, I'm going to give it to you by this date, and if you're going to do it, really, really like get your book to them. So for example, let's go back to Demons Volume 2, currently on Indiegogo, link in the description. I put in estimated delivery of June. Let's see, it's February, but it's March tomorrow. April, May, June. That's 3 months. I know I can get the books to you guys by April and May. However, life happens. Life happens.
Ain't that true?
Yes. So I threw in June. I threw in June to give myself some buffer time in case I fail. I would rather get you your book. If you think you're going to get your book in June, I'd rather give it to you in May than in July.
Under promise, over deliver.
Yes, I was actually trying to think of that same phrase, and I couldn't. So yeah, I was like, I'm not going to say
it. Better under promise and over deliver than over promise and under deliver.
Exactly. let's see. Let's see. Kickstarter. I want to do, let's see, Demons Volume 1 Kickstarter. All right. So I tried to do the same thing with my Demons Volume 1. So this was our campaign. I had a video.
Dude, this looks great.
Thanks. I gave out the first 20 pages for free. I can do that because it was a 120-page graphic novel. So I can do, you can't do a 20-page free preview because that's almost the whole book. But what you could do is like a 4-page preview.
Right.
To get people going. So I did a 20-page free download. Can you still download that? Nope. It's okay, because guess what, guys? If you go to the Indiegogo, you can do it right here, and you can also get a free preview of Volume 2. So I try to have the banner. There's my synopsis. Right here, I try to show some artwork. The characters, describe the characters. There they are. And then I try to, and this is me evoking the emotion, saying the fans have been wanting this graphic novel, so it's time for you to jump on the train. These are a couple of the people that bought my comic through the different shows that I've done.
That's awesome.
Which is, yeah, all these people are freaking awesome. This guy in the Flash shirt, I gave him an original piece of artwork that I drew. I so regret it because I was really proud of it, and he was really awesome, and his kids had a really good time, and I got to meet his kids, and they did buy the books, and we had a great time. But his kid was like, "Can I get that Batman drawing?" And I was like, "Yeah." Gave it to him, and he left, and I was like, "No, I actually really like that. I don't kind of want to keep it myself." Here's my goal. Talked about the goal. Here's the rewards. Talked about the reward. I didn't go super in depth. And then I showed some random pages, as I said, and then, thank you for your support, risks and challenges. My Kickstarter page is.
Don't have any of the lettering in place. Is that okay?
That is up to you. I didn't do any lettering in place because I felt if they wanted to check out the lettering, they could have done the free download.
Right.
And read it, and I wanted to show off Travis Martinez's art.
Sure.
Yeah, guys, we never made it, by the way, to the stretch goals, so I never got to give you guys these prints. Those are stretch goals in the Indiegogo. If you want to back in, we can get a poster. So yeah, and this, every Kickstarter for me, every crowdfunding thing is just a way for me to show people that I'm making comics. It's a way for me to interact with readers. It's a way to get new fans. It's a good way to learn. That's why also I do the YouTube channel. It's a good way to connect with people. I mean, I love everyone who watches the show. We have Ryan Burke in the house, by the way, guys. It says, "Sup, man. One thing that helped me was trading updates / signals with other Kickstarter creators at the time." Great stuff, by the way. Hey, thanks, man. We have Britton in the house. So yeah, that's my Kickstarter page. But if you look at my Indiegogo page, it's kind of lazy, but like, guys, these icons took forever. And Indiegogos are a lot different than Kickstarters. So I still have a video. This, guys, is not on Kickstarter, the overview. So that was kind of weird. And then mine was very basic. I said, this is the story of demons, very chill. Here's all this free downloads. I wanted those to be the first things that you could see. I put the stretch goals in after we got funded. And then I just wanted to show you guys artwork. That's all I wanted to do.
So here's a question. You can do a Kickstarter and Indiegogo for the same piece at the same time.
You could, but I wouldn't do that. I would pick one. I would pick one to do it as a main. And then once that one's funded, do a second campaign afterwards on the other platform.
Got it. Okay.
Because it's too hard to manage both.
Sure, yeah. It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. Yeah, it's a lot of work. So that's what I did for the Demons Volume 2 campaign. And then I priced it, by basically doing what we did today on the show, guys, doing the math of the printing, the shipping, how many backers I need, getting my goal and whatnot. And then after that, you just have to figure out how you're going to get all these backers. If you're in the chat and have any questions, please ask us now before we end the show. But Alan, do you have any questions right now?
We talked about a lot of the basic stuff, and we had kind of mentioned, we kind of like brushed across the idea of stretch goals and stuff. We were talking
Yeah,
about some of the things like t-shirts and mugs and stuff,
yeah.
stickers, whatever. What if you were going to choose a couple of stretch goals that were things that are going to cost you some money, but maybe cost you the less, but get you the most? Do you have any recommendations along those lines?
I don't, and and mainly because one, I've never hit any stretch goals, so
Okay.
that's why I would talk with someone else who has made their stretch goals. Probably why I might be the wrong person talking to. I might be giving absolute garbage advice.
Hey, isn't that what we all do? Garbage, right?
Yeah. Remember what I said, guys, last stream. If you never want to be the smartest person in the room, otherwise you're the dumbest, and I might be the dumbest person in the room. But with stretch goals, just know that with every stretch goal, with every stretch goal you do, it's gonna eat at the cost of that money. So yeah, you got an extra $3,000. Now you're gonna get everyone a bunch of merch. Just know that merch is coming from that dollar amount.
Makes sense.
And that's why I try to keep a lot of my stretch goals really simple. And it's not that I don't want them. It's just that for me, it's all about the experience. Like a big thing for me is I want you to get the book. That's the biggest thing.
No, I'm with you. That makes sense.
Yeah. The second thing I'd want, and I put this in there, is I'd love to draw you something. I love drawing. I mean, guys, if you want to check out Demons Volume 2, this is the worst example. This is what my commissions look like, guys. It's 11 by 17, pencil and ink. That's Batman smacking the Joker.
You're a variant cover for me, aren't you?
You hit me up, man. This is, I don't know who. I know that's Galactus in the back,
but my drawings don't look like that. They're more like stick figures.
Hey, those count. Those count. Actually, Chuck Pino, Chuck Pino, who sometimes watches this.
Yes, I know Chuck.
Yeah, I think he's doing I think someone paid him to do a cover, and he's not an artist. So he's like, guys, I'm now a cover artist. Like, take this, take that. So yeah, the experience. So I first want you to get the book. The second thing I want you to get is some of my artwork, because I put a lot of time and heart and soul into drawing these pieces for people. Sorry for the person who I drew Blade for, and I had to give you a Punisher piece because I stabbed your Blade thing with a knife. That was sad. I drew this really nice Blade piece, and then as I was packaging it, I stabbed my knife through it.
How ironic.
Yeah, how ironic. I still have it. And someone can buy it one day. It'll be a decreased price. Second thing, though, I want something that I think is cool that I want. So that's why the first stretch goal for me is trading cards. I love trading cards. I have an addiction to trading cards. That's why I don't buy them anymore. But gosh dang, if I can make some, it's going to fuel me. It's going to get me excited. And then after that, the second stretch goal is more artwork. I want you to have a print or a poster of demons, something to put on your wall. And then, after that, I mean, what are my other stretch goals? Some of these guys,
all of my characters, like each character has been, rendered, for the first time. And it's like, I can take that character rendering for each character and do trading cards. But
exactly.
You're talking about the cost of printing those trading cards. So you have to factor that in, right?
Yes, you have to factor that. You have to factor that in. Let's see. Coffee, for some reason, your comment got blocked on my channel. I don't know why, and I can't accept it anymore. And it says the only other option I have is put user in timeout, but I'm not going to, because we love you, Coffee.
Nice.
Well, yeah. I have a director's cut that I'm going to do. I don't know why I put that as a stretch goal, guys. I'm very sorry about that. I'm not going to do that director's cut. as a stretch goal. I'm just going to give that out to every backer. It's just a digital PDF of the pencil and ink work that Travis Martinez does for the book. So the next stretch goal after, if we get to trading cards, it will be the posters of Volume 2 covers. $10,000 gets us the Draw and Tog mug that says one page closer, which is a mantra that we have here on this channel, where you're always, as a writer, one page closer to finishing the story / starting a new story / getting a better gig. Same thing with an artist. You're one page closer to finishing a project. So that's a big thing. And we're going to get those mugs soon, guys. My wife and I are designing them, and we'll put them in the store. And then at $12,000, I just threw this out there. I didn't think we were going to hit $12,000, but if we did, it'd been awesome. It would be awesome. There's still time. I would put, for all backers, I would include an extra 12-page story that I would draw myself and put it in the book. So that was a big thing. With stretch goals, it just depends. I know a lot of people are like, yeah, let's get shirts. I personally don't care about shirts. That's just me. Larry Higgins got a box of merch from a backer, and there was a condom in one of them with the character on the wrapper. and he was just like, what do I do with this? It was super awesome. I was like, that's cool, like a condom, that's weird. But ultimately, for me, I want for my stretch goals and for every one of my products, I don't want to just have it to have it. I don't want to have a Demon's condom because I can make it. I want to have you got this because I think it's important to me and my story and my brand.
I'm with you. I kind of think it should be mainly about you're interested in the story I'm trying to tell.
Exactly. Exactly. Ryan Burke says, are variants worth it? I love them and hate them. In Kickstarters and Indiegogos, variants are actually pretty damn important. Yeah. But that's it only depends though on who drew the variant. So Ryan, you have an indie artist draw your book and your cover, and then you come over and you say, hey, Tyler, will you draw my variant? I will. But
it's going to cost you.
It's going to cost you. Yeah. But think about this. How much weight as a creator am I going to bring to that variant? Now, if you do pay me, that's awesome. And I really appreciate it. And it gets my work out. But let's say this. Let's say you, for some reason, are able to get Jim Lee to do a variant cover of your Kickstarter. People are going to go for that.
I might be able to do that.
You might be able to do that. And so I would say, Alan, because of your connections at Marvel and DC, I would get one of them to draw either your main cover or a variant.
I would probably do a variant because for me, I feel like that I have two artists in my first issue. It's the first half is by one artist, second half is by another artist. And the first artist did the cover, and I feel like it's important to have the artist do at least one of the covers.
I agree.
But for a variant, I can certainly chase down a lot of different guys.
You can. And what's nice is you can charge extra on that variant, whereas the normal cover price might be $7 like we talked about, but maybe for that Jim Lee one it costs 10 or 12. Because it's Jim Lee, and because people are going to probably want that Jim Lee variant or both, you could do a reward where you get 1 and 2. So it's $7 for issue 1, indie artist, or it's $20 for the Jim Lee one, or it's $18 for both. You just have to figure out the math on that.
Right, sure.
When you do that kind of stuff, you can make you can get more backers off that one and maybe make more money. If you guys know Bob Sally, for his Salvagers indie series, he got Tyler Kirkham from DC Comics to do his variant with Fraser Campbell. He's in Scotland actually, and for his book The Edge Off, he got Frank Quietly. Do you know Fraser Campbell?
I swear to God, there's a guy that used to work for us at Mattel named Fraser Campbell, but I don't think it's the same guy.
Oh yeah, he's Scottish. He's got like a thick accent.
But I don't think it's the same guy, but it's possible.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking guys I do have access to. It's like there's quite a few guys, and I'm not going to name names until I talk to them, but there are plenty of guys that I have access to that people know that would be like, holy crap, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I
and
haven't
then
thought about approaching them, but it's like, yeah, why not? It's like
it doesn't hurt. Guys, on March 4th, The Handyman is coming out on Indiegogo. I wrote the book based off Brad Ashworth, Pencil for Life. Those of you who know him, he's the artist. I don't know why he's launching on the 4th because I have a show on the 4th. I'd love to have done a show with him. We'll have to talk, Brad. Brad, if you're listening to this, we need to talk. But on March 4th, Handyman is going to be on Indiegogo. I wrote it. He drew it. It's going to be awesome and beautiful. And he has Phil Sevy. He did a variant cover. Phil Sevy's worked for Marvel, Image, Dark Horse. And that cover is going to be a little more pricier because it's a professional comic book artist. So he's going to have a little more sway. So yeah, our variant's good. I personally am not a big fan of variants in mainstream comics because I just know I have to pay an extra price, and I'm just like screw that. I just want to read the book. As a collector's piece, sure, why not? But with your Kickstarter, I would say if you can get a variant, get a variant. Now remember though, you're gonna have to pay a pro artist his pro rate, and you're gonna add that to your Kickstarter cost. You got to figure that out yourself in that production fee.
As long as that guy draws in what you're going to pay him, then it's worth it. But you got to make sure he's going to draw those people in.
Yeah, exactly. Alan Ellsworth says, if you get Jim Lee to do a variant, I'll color it for free, Alan.
I mean, what's funny? I was thinking about, I mentioned to you that I have this Jim Lee piece that he drew for me when I worked at Marvel, or right before I worked at Marvel, he drew a piece for me of Hawkeye. I had him do Hawkeye because I love Hawkeye.
Hawkeye's great.
That was what Hawkeye looked like then. And I have this piece by Jim Lee that he drew that has never seen public. I mean, it's never been seen. And I have it. And I'm sitting on it. And I'm like, maybe I should reapproach him and ask him to do stuff or do this.
You could, or man, figure out how you could throw that in there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't own.
Don't sell the original, but Alan, real quick, Alan, do you know who Jay Skipper, colorist, is on social media? He's currently coloring Hawkman with Brian Hitch.
Brian Hitch. I know Brian Hitch.
Brian Hitch, man, I love Brian Hitch. I love him as an artist.
We worked with him on She-Hulk back when he was just a baby.
Oh,
he was still doing Alan Davis copy. His style. He was still ripping Alan Davis in those days, which is, if you're going to riff somebody, Alan Davis is not the guy to riff. But, I worked with him then. He's a really nice guy. Scotland. He gave me a book about the ghosts of the area where he was from.
That's awesome. I love looking at his pencils. They're so good. He can draw so fast. But the colorist, Jay Skipper colorist on social media, what he would do is every time Jim Lee posted artwork on like Twitter or Instagram, this kid would take the artwork and color it.
It's smart.
Yeah, he did that for 3 years. And finally, one day, Alex Sinclair, who colors Jim Lee, that's Jim Lee's colorist, Alex gets a little behind. They need someone who can replicate Alex Sinclair. Who can replicate Alex Sinclair? Well, this kid on Twitter. Now this kid, and now people are like, wow, we want Alex Sinclair to work on all of our books. Well, he can only work on like 5 to 6 books at a time. But who's someone who can copy that style? This kid on Twitter. Now this kid works at DC. So that's just something to think about.
This is how people got work at Marvel. They came in like that. I mean, that sort of thing happened. It was like the artists would get behind it. It would be like, well, who can we get that can kind of do this book? And it would be like somebody that it's like, well, they're already kind of trying to do this stuff. And it's like, if you happen to be around and they needed you and you came through when the artist was behind, boom, you're in. That's kind of how you got in.
That's crazy. That's great. And there's so many different ways to get into mainstream comics if you want, or you can, do what Alan's doing, where He's now in the indie world. We now have to welcome him into our indie community.
Yeah.
Well, I'll praise you.
You know, I mean, really, honestly, as long as you're doing what satisfies you, what fulfills you, and people like it, or at least some people like it, nobody's gonna like you. I mean, you're not gonna ever do anything that everybody's gonna like. But if you can get something out there that like you get enough people to like, then you're good. It doesn't matter if it came out of Marvel, DC, or you. You know,
It's
I
true.
mean, the point is that it is you. It is still a reflection of you and your vision as a creator, no matter who you're doing. You know, it's like I've got a lot of stuff that I wanted to do for Marvel and stuff, and it just never happened while I was there. But it doesn't mean that it wasn't a reflection of me. You know,
Yeah.
and I mean, sure, this is true of everybody who's working for Marvel and DC or indie. It's a reflection of you and your creative vision. You know,
And ultimately,
whether you own the characters or not is completely irrelevant to the story you're telling.
And like something that you said is, work on something that you enjoy ultimately.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be working on a Marvel or DC property to enjoy writing or drawing. Have fun. This should be this is comic books, guys. We should be having fun. Which, by the way, guys, if I see any more petty comic book tweets or on my Facebook, just know I will delete you. Oh man, there's so much drama today on my Facebook with comic books. I was like, come on, guys, let's not be so petty. But yeah, all right, guys. Well, hey, Alan, I hope that we helped you a little bit with some of the math and finding out your goal and whatnot. I hope that helped.
I will be watching this video and taking more notes. Believe me. Okay. Thank you.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a longer stream than I've done long streams before, but I've been trying to shorten them. But we had so much information that I wanted to unpack that this was just a longer stream. So thanks everyone for watching. Alan, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Guys, remember, Demons Volume 2 is still on Indiegogo. It's got 16 more days. It's got 16 days left. So, if you're watching this tomorrow, it's got 15 more days left. We're at $2,400. Go check that out. And also, remember to smash that subscribe button and like button. And remember, if we can get to 1,000 subs, two things are going to be happening. One, we're going to be starting a Patreon that's going to have a lot of extra content on there. So, you can get in at $1. That's $12 a year. That's just a way to support the channel. But also, this is at 1,000 subscribers. We're going to be doing the episode so you can write comics. We're going to have 3 judges. You as a writer can come pitch your comic. If we like it, you go to the next round. If we don't like it, we boot you off the stream. And and we're just going to keep doing that. When we find a winner, I will pay for the production of that 2-page comic book. I will pay for it. I might take some of the cost by drawing it myself or coloring it or lettering it, but regardless, you will not have to pay for those pages. We will find you an artist, a letterer, and a colorist for that. So if we hit 1,000 subs, that's my gift to you writers and artists if you guys want to write something. So everyone, thanks so much. We got a couple subs. We got like 5 subs from this episode. Thank you so much. And tomorrow, there's not going to be an episode, but on Saturday, there's going to be a new show. It's Congrats, You Made It. It's basically a show that I'm going to do Saturday mornings, and it's just a way for me to talk about anything I want besides comic books. So if you want politics, if you want movies, if you want TV, if you want news, if you want just like random entertainment, come check that show out. If you're like, Tyler, this is stupid, I just want comics, we'll see you back on Monday. Alan, once again, thank you so much for being here.
Brave man. Thank you.
All right, you guys have a